Hello! It's time to continue our lesson for today. So, we will be studying division. Please get your math book and open Unit 3. And like I said, we will be studying page 70 to 72. In our last video, we learned page 70. And today's video, we will continue this topic. For today's clip, we will be answering pages 71 to 72. Are you ready? Let's start. So first, let's start with exercise number 1. So for exercise number 1, we will be answering everything together. But for exercise number 2, 3, and 4, I will give one example for each, and then you can answer the rest of the activity. Now, let's start. So, let's read the instructions. Write what remains after each counting down and conclude it. So, we will do the same as what we did in our last video. However, you need to really understand or read the instructions first. Now, this is our first exercise. So, let's read the sentences. There are 8 stars. So, you can see I encircled the 8 stars. Let's read. Count down by twos. That means you only need to count down by twos. So do not count by 1, do not count by 3, or by 4. We need to count down by twos. So here we counted the star by twos. Now how many stars are left? Let's read the sentence. After the first counting down, there are blank stars left. So how many are left after we count down by twos? You can see I encircled some of the stars. How many stars I encircled? There are 6. So meaning there are 6 stars left. Let's read the whole sentence together. After the first counting down, there are 6 stars left. Please copy the answer on your book. Now let's go to the next example. After the second counting down, there are blank stars left. Okay, let's try to check. So this is our first countdown by twos, and then we have our second countdown by twos. So how many stars are left? We have 4 stars left. So meaning there are 4 stars left. Let's read the whole sentence together. After the second counting down, there are 4 stars left. Now let's go to the third sentence. After the third counting down, there are blank stars left. So let's count by twos the third time. So this is our first twos, our second twos, and our third twos. So how many stars are left? We have 2 stars left. So that means the answer for the third line is 2. Let's read the whole sentence together. After the third counting down, there are 2 stars left. Now let's go to the fourth sentence. Let's read together. After the fourth counting down, there are blank stars left. Now let's count the stars by twos. So we have our first twos, second twos, third twos, and our fourth twos. How many stars are left? Can you see any stars left? No. There are no stars left, so the answer for this sentence is 0. Let's read the sentence again. After the fourth counting down, there are 0 stars left. Now let's go to the last sentence. 8 stars ran out after counting down by twos blank times. So how many times did we count by twos? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we count down by twos 4 times. So the answer for this is 4. Let's read the sentence together. 8 stars ran out after counting down by twos 4 times. So this is how we are going to answer this activity. Now we will be proceeding with the rest of the exercises. And for exercise number 2, 3, and 4, I will be giving you one example for each, and then you will answer the rest of the activity. Okay, so let's go to number 2. Let's read together. There are 16 rings. Count down by fours. So that means we have to count the ring by fours. After the first counting down, there are blank rings left. So let's have our first countdown by fours. So this is our first countdown. So how many rings are left? So please count the rings that I did not encircle. There are 12 rings left. Now let's read the whole sentence together. After the first counting down, there are 12 rings left. Very good. Now let's go to the next sentence. After the second counting down, there are blank rings left. Let's go to our second countdown by fours. So this is our first countdown by fours, and this is our second countdown by fours. So how many rings are left? Please count the rings and write the correct answer inside the box. Okay, so let's proceed to number 3. So please answer the rest of the exercise number 2 on your own. So let's proceed here. There are 15 triangles. Count down by threes. So this time we will be counting by threes. After the first counting down, there are blank triangles left. So let's have our first countdown by threes. So how many triangles are left? How many triangles did I not encircle? Please count the triangles and write the correct answer inside the box. So there are 12 triangles left. Now let's read the whole sentence together. After the first counting down, there are 12 triangles left. Let's read the next sentence. After the second counting down, there are blank triangles left. So let's count another group by threes. So we have our first countdown by threes and then our second countdown by threes. So how many triangles are left? Please write your answer inside the box. Okay, so we are done with our example for number 3. Let's proceed to page 72, exercise number 4. Let's read together. There are 20 marbles. Count down by fours. Okay, so let's read the first sentence. After the first counting down, there are blank marbles left. So remember in our last example, which is exercise number 3, we count down by threes. But in this exercise, we will count down by fours. So let's have our first countdown. So we have our first fours. How many marbles are left? Please count the marbles that I did not encircle and write the correct answer inside the box. So how much is it? It's 16. Let's read the sentence together. After the first counting down, there are 16 marbles left. Now let's go to the second sentence. After the second counting down, there are blank marbles left. Okay, now let's count the marbles by fours. So this is our first 4 and our second fours. So how many marbles are left? How many marbles did I not encircled? Please write the correct answer inside the box. You can now answer the rest of this activity on your own. So this ends our clip for today, and in our next video, we will continue our lesson about division. So I'll see you in our next clip. Goodbye!